All right, welcome back to Council of the North, episode 33. Tonight, I am Will, and I have with me Andrew
Greetings.
and Zach.
Cheers.
Tonight, we're going to be looking. Andrew went to a tournament, Marthes of the Dead. We'll hear about how his games went and kind of what the tournament was like. Andrew has a question for us at the end that we'll kind of discuss a little bit. But before we get into all that, we'll do our regular stuff. I'm going to plug all of our social stuff. So if you want to skip ahead 30 seconds, I won't be offended. Actually, don't skip because the first one's really cool. We're doing our first live stream. Not our first live stream, but our first live stream in a while. Coming up this Sunday, February 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to come and hang out, that'll be pretty cool. All of our Patreons have the opportunity to submit like photos, submit lists they want to hear us talk about, really anything they want for that live stream, and we'll fit all that in for sure. Otherwise, go to YouTube. We got a couple of battle reports. If you follow our Instagram, Council of the North, you can see all our hobby progress, how we avoid shame points, everything like that. We also have a Patreon. This is where you can kind of get episode ideas, be a part of what we're doing. We don't have any like exclusive content on there, but we are looking at getting dice and doing some fun stuff for the patrons. And for live streams, you get to pick the content that we talk about, submit photos of your hobby work or lists, anything like that. And Spotify people, good job. Comment below. All right. Zach, shame points.
Hey. Bad news bears. We'll start off. I got shame.
I was waiting for
I
that.
got
I checked about 15 minutes ago, and I was like, "Uh-oh, Zach's in trouble."
Refreshing as we were starting.
Yeah, no bad news for me. I got kidnapped and I lost like an entire week, and then I had a day off and I was not motivated to do it. So I have brought shame. I am now sitting on 9 shame points, which for those that
Ooh.
don't know, one more shame point, and once again, these guys get to decide what I bring to a tournament.
Dude,
We're making you play the bad Hobbit list next.
At this rate, I don't know if I'll ever play a list of my own ever again. Clearly, so
this whole
not
shame
good.
points thing is depressing because I have one in the bank that I got to do. So every time I like start looking at the next tournament, I'm like, oh man, like 700 points, 650 points. What can I bring? And then it's like, oh yeah, I don't get any say in this, and it's going to be something that sucks.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I can't imagine what that feels like.
Maybe at a certain point, we'll change up the punishment to something else.
Nah.
We'll see. And on the point that you have still zero shame points, Andrew, no, maybe you got to go do something else.
We should put a little
Maybe earn some
asterisk next to the 0 though, because it's not a real 0.
That's a good point.
Anyways.
It's a 0, but it's
These guys are reaching for anything at this point.
We're giving them
anything
an asterisk
to dethrone the king, who just painted up New Shelob, which I'm quite happy with. Go check out our Instagram.
It did turn out pretty good.
I'm pretty happy with it. It's not perfect, but it was the best of my ability, I think. Which is not quite box art.
I liked what you did with the webbing, and then adding it also to your Shaggy and the bag.
Yeah,
they looked really good.
And a few other models have it too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It brought it together.
Yeah. No, it's really cool for your basing.
Thank you.
I liked it.
Yeah.
And Will painted up some Corsairs. 2 dudes.
And a
Wouldn't do any face details, but that's fine. He painted.
Dude, don't talk to me like this. I got Kieran done too. I got 2. I have now officially 2 spots on the hobby pyramid. Nice. Which is 2 more than I was before yesterday. So making that climb.
My hobby pyramid. So I'm got
Why don't
one
you give
on
it a shout out? Why don't you give it a shout out, Zach?
The hobby chart?
Hobby pyramid. Yeah.
Hobby pyramid.
Oh,
what did I call it?
What is that?
reverse pyramid of this. I'm
It looks like
showing
a
the
blank piece
paper.
of paper. It
No,
looks like a blank piece of
this is
paper.
the hard copy of where I'm keeping track. This is also a shout out to our friend Ben Gallagher, who loves when I show my hand drawn photos on the screen. So basically, you start on the bottom tier. I called it Depths of Moria, and then you got to work your way to the top tier, so it's gets exponentially harder, and then more challenges, and then less challenges. We'll put a link in it somewhere. We'll put it up there so you can actually see. I've gone over it in an episode, the New Year's episode. Go give it a listen if you haven't, and partake in the challenge. It's a lot of
And you
fun.
gotta.
It's to promote hobbying and gaming, all aspects of said hobby. Lots of people locally have been keeping up to date. I'd like to see some non-locals get into it, but for now, only one non-local I've heard about is partaking.
And you forgot the only rule in it is that you have to complete each tier before you move on to the next one. No jumping
yes,
around.
very important. So you have to do the bottom tier first before you can move on to the next. And even if you complete something in a further tier, does not count until you've completed everything on said lower tier. Good shout out, Andrew. I respect it. There's actually some heated competition right now on how everybody's doing. Like, there's some people that are really going at it with each other to be the first one to complete it. They're crushing the three of us by far.
I'm doing okay.
Where are you at? You haven't been posting your updates.
I haven't. Well, because I just post everything on our Instagram.
Yeah, but you gotta post your Hobbit challenge. Gotta keep us up to date with how you're doing, man.
For the community, bro.
I'll post
for the community. Like right here, charts back up for me.
Dude,
I painted
one
model. I have played one game, and then I painted one hero. I did play another game that I lost, so did not help me proceed in the win game as an evil army. So,
well,
I got work to do.
I just finished up winning a game as an evil army and painting a monster in Shelob. And spoilers, I won a game this weekend.
What? As Depths of Moria?
Yeah, but I was proxying the Balrog as Shelob, according to Maddie Lockwood. Jerk. Okay, well, are you ready to move
that's enough. I think that's enough for shame points.
That was way too much rambling.
No, it's good content.
The quiz question, Andrew. You have people who got it right, and a new question for us, or actually answer a question. Sorry.
Yeah, why don't I tell people what the question was? Is that a good idea? Or I just tell them who got it right?
What was the question again?
Okay, anyway, this week's question for Are You Smart, Are You Zach? Who bore the 3 elven rings during the War of the Ring, and who gave Gandalf his ring? Whoops. One of them is Gandalf. The other 2 are Elrond and Galadriel. And Círdan gave Gandalf his ring.
Oh, you didn't even let us answer it. You just answered it for us.
Oh, that's true. I didn't. Well,
and you're missing one of the gift givers too. But Zach, do you know the other gift?
Gil-galad gave his ring to Elrond.
That's right.
Yeah, you cheated. You didn't know it last week.
Nah, I learned that in Rings of Power.
Cheater.
Okay, we're moving on. Good job. You guys both got it right. Other keen-eyed listeners who got this right: Mike Underhill, Alex Nolan, John Y. Young, even, and a special shout out to Michael DeGear, who shares my view of Elendil being a Giga Chad. Also getting it right. Great job, everyone. Thank you for commenting on Spotify and YouTube. This week's question. I got a Numenor question, Numenor-related adjacent question, since we were talking about how great Elendil is, except Will doesn't think that. What is the name of Elendil's younger son, Isildur's brother, and what happened to him? And possibly where did it happen, if you really want full marks? That is the question.
I know the answer to this one. Well, the first part.
Nice. It's in the appendices in the trilogy, so not that much extra reading. Well, it's not even extra reading, it's mandatory reading. The trilogy's not over until you're done the appendices. And that is the question for this week. Please give it a shot. And while you're at it, I would like to say, since you're going to be commenting, throw a little like there and maybe subscribe and hit the bell.
Man, the beginnings of our episodes are just the most brutal thing.
We've got a Patreon as well if you'd like to support us.
Oh, no, there we go. All right. That's into our main topic.
So we have
first,
a
we're going to
shame
hear from
chart
Andrew
here.
about his tournament,
It's not my
Marthes of the
tournament.
Dead in Aylmer, Ontario. It was 700 points. Andrew, you want to run us through your list, what you brought and what the list was first?
Yeah, but it wasn't my tournament. It was Mr. James Marthes' tournament, hosting Marthes of the Dead, in Aylmer. I was going to say something, but that's related to the question. We'll get to that after. But we went to Aylmer. Jacob Wixon, our teammate, was kind enough to pick me up partway at my grandmother's house, which I was appreciative of. He picked me up on the way to Aylmer, so I didn't have to drive there. So thank you, Jacob. We had a nice chat in the car there and back. 700 points, yes. No other extra special anything, just 700-point competitive tournament. And I will say it was run very well. James did a great job. Ray didn't co-host, but helped. He did a good job. Steve Stokes helped out a bunch as well. So good job, team, community coming together. Super smooth. Everyone had fun, good time. One little note that I haven't told you guys this yet, but at the we played at the Legion there, which was really nice. Well, it was a Legion, but it was nice. We were supposed to have sort of the upper room, which is sort of like a little smaller banquet hall, but they double booked, and they said you can either cancel, get your money back, or you can play in the greasy basement, and we can open up a tab for you guys, and you guys can have beer. And then obviously that was the decision, so everyone got a free beer.
Hey,
everyone got one free beer.
And they book a Legion.
Yeah, go book a tournament at your local Legion right now. We will all show up. It was great. The beer was like $5.25 for a bottle, like very reasonable. James included pizza lunch with the price, so it was really, really good. Everyone had a good time. I just wanted to say that before we get into games. Okay, moving on to games.
Now let's go with your list and what you had.
Oh yeah, let's move on to my list. Oh gosh, it's not here exactly, but I think I remember it. So I played Cure
We're
Thunder.
supposed to be professional here, man.
I have it up if you want me to read it
out. Sure. Why don't you read it out?
So 700 points, 52 models.
Right.
Kier Thungle is what you took.
That's
the new Shelob. You had Shagrat leading 8 Mortal Urkai and 6 Mortal Urkai with 2-handed weapons.
That's right.
You had Gorbag with 7 Mortal Orcs with shield, 7 Orcs with spear, and a banner on an Orc.
That's right.
You had Shelob. You also brought a Mordor Orc Taskmaster with 6 Orc Trackers, 3 Orcs with Shield, and 3 Orcs with Spear. And then finally, you had another Mordor Captain with 6 Orcs with Spear.
That's right, and that's because you need more spears in this list to support your Mordor Urkai. You can't take spears. Yeah, Kier Thungle. It's an okay list. It's very much like low mid tier. Depending, like it can overperform as well. Like Shelob is still a fight 7 monster that can walk up terrain and is not slowed by terrain either. Yeah, so it's fine. It's fun though, and I got to show off my new Shelob. That's mostly why I took it. And I've had the list forever. I had old Shelob and Mordor Urkai and Shaggy in the bag painted up a long time ago. So it's fun to bust it out, and Will doesn't have to get mad at me for playing Army Veteras every single tournament. First game, I played against Paul C. from the US. I think that's the Paul we call him.
Yeah, Paul the Yank.
Yeah, Paul the Yank. He was running He was running Army of Edoras with, hilariously, with Haleth as general, Freylaf with a shield wall, and Hera. And we played Assassination. I deployed pretty much as forward as I could, and I marched up the board. He played it really well. He was playing really cagey and moving back, shooting me and throwing me with throwing weapons. I think that one's also at night or something. Dark of Night special rule. So he was getting +1 to wound, which was really, really annoying on my basically entire D4 army. My assassin was Shelob. How do you not pick Shelob as your assassin? And my target was Hera. And for the first few turns, I sort of, Freylaf and his whole warband, I kind of zoned out with like 6 mortar orcs. I kind of like baited him, and he committed them too far around a piece of terrain. So I had a bit of advantage there, which I needed because he was shooting me to pieces. And he moved Hera to one side of the board with where Shelob was, which I was really happy about. And then I called a march that would normally be bad, but I realized I just had to trap Hera on that side of the board, and I would probably win the game. So I just marched up, and I like left Moon on the board, and like some guys would just had to stay out of an inch of people and not charge, and I got charged, and it was terrible. But I did get through some gaps and little crevices where I just stuck bodies, and then she couldn't make it back through the other way. Unfortunately, Shelob didn't get to really do anything. She was a little too far away, and then I lost priority, and she got charged. I didn't have any might on that side of the board. And she couldn't throw far enough to hit Hera to get any wounds or to kill her. But I did manage to get Shagrat, Gorbag, my captain, and a 2-handing mortar Urkai all in on Hera one turn. He called a heroic combat with Freylaf, and he would have been able to pull off Shagrat, but he didn't roll enough wounds. He killed my Taskmaster, and then the mortar orc he couldn't wound, and the heroic combat didn't go off. And Freylaf only has 2 points of might, and he used one for a move and one for combat. Just as a side note, I don't think I'd ever see myself bring Freylaf ever. It's just like he gives you the shield wall, which is kind of neat, but like 2 might, no strike. Like even if he charged in against Shagrat, I strike, and I'm higher fight. Like yeah, it just feels bad. Anyway, so that was that. The combat I called heroic strike with Shagrat. He counter called heroic strike with Hera. I called heroic strike with Gorbag for good measure, and then I called the heroic combat with the captain. So I spent 3 points of might there, and I won. I struck higher. I think I struck higher. I either struck higher or I got a 6 and he didn't, and he was out of might. One of the two. And yeah, Hera was obviously she wasn't even trapped, but it didn't matter. Like she's just. Those models are going to destroy everyone. That's like so many strength 4 and strength 5 hits you're taking. So I killed Hera in the one round. I heroic combated off and just like killed a ton of other stuff. I don't remember if I broke him or not, but yeah, that was pretty much the game. My protect. Oh no, his target was the Taskmaster, so he did kill his target, unfortunately. But I think I must have broken him or something like that. But I won. It was a very close game. I won 13-12. So really, really close, really, really tight. But fun. It was tough. Getting shot at with +1 to wound is rough when you're D4. Your front line's D4.
Yeah, what the throwing spears are wounding you on 4s?
They're wounding you on 3s.
No, they should be wounding you on 4s with +1.
Yeah, sorry, wounding me on 4s. He might have rolled some. I don't remember. He might have rolled some 3s, or maybe not.
I did want to ask you, because you've played a lot of Army of Edoras, do you think you'd ever take this version of it where it's more infantry based. Because this is 40 models at 700 points. Like, it's a lot of, and it still has 8 riders of Rohan, has 3 mounted heroes. Like,
I think it's kind of an issue because I don't think I would ever run Freylaf. But if you're gonna run it infantry heavy, you should run him because you're getting shield wall.
and what's your? Is it just the 2 might issue that you have with Freylov?
2 might, no strike. Like,
Isn't he D5 too?
he's D5, no shield. He's just a rough hero.
He's not the duelist, but I feel like you don't have to have him as the duelist. He's just like a troop muncher, no?
He's a troop muncher. Yeah, he's only 2 might for combats. Like, I don't know. I probably wouldn't ever run it like that. I would maybe run it how people have been running it lately in like the hero hammer kind of thing, where you bring Helm, Hera, Haleth, Leaf, and Olwen, and then you just fill up the rest with riders and maybe a couple Royal Guard or something. I think that is stronger than this.
Okay.
Or maybe you don't bring Helm and you bring Hama or whoever, but I think I'd sooner run it like that. Like the mostly hero version. Well, if I was playing like that, anyway, I'll probably always run it with Helm. It's the reason why I'm playing the list is to play Helm. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to game 2 for I'll go with that.
Yeah, so round 2, you're 1-0. You're going into oh shoot. Sorry.
I'm playing Ray.
Yeah, you play Ray with what was it? Riders of Theoden or Kingdom of Rohan?
I'm playing Ray with Kingdom of Rohan, another Rohan list. And surprise, surprise, he ran away and shot me too. He had Eomer all kitted out with 2 Royal Guard riders, and then he filled up classically on Wars of Rohan with Bow and all his warbands, which was a good call. He brought Theodred with some Royal Guard and riders, and then Gambling with the banner and some Royal Guard and some riders. This was Maelstrom deployment. I won priority and gave it to Ray, obviously, and his whole army came on his edge of the board. He had to spend 2 might to do it with Gambling, I think, but he was all deployed together on his side of the board. And he left a little gap in the back so he could stick a warband right in there if I rolled poorly. I rolled. Shagrat comes on, Gorbag comes on, Taskmaster comes on, all on my side. And then I roll for my captain, and I get a 1. Or a 2, rather. And you can't might down. So I had to might it up 1, and then he deployed me like in a corner where I could still sort of run away. But like he's like mostly cab, he's gonna run me down. So that kind of sucked. That warband was just kind of out of the game. I think I killed like 1 rider Rohan. Yeah, it was not good. So I was playing kind of down from that, and then he was shooting me a ton and running back. As soon as I got everyone together, I marched forward.
Oh, we should mention this scenario's hold ground.
Oh yeah, this is hold ground. So I just marched forward right to the middle. The downside to him moving back and shooting me, which he was getting a lot of kills, was that I was in the middle. My whole army was in the middle. And then just going back on the second turn, the first turn I rolled a 1 with Shelob. She didn't come on, which I was okay with. And then the next turn, I rolled poorly. I rolled the bad result. Whatever, his side of the board. And I was like, oh no, Shelob's gonna get surrounded. But Shelob's base is now so fat that she couldn't fit in the gap that he left. Like where a warband would normally fit. She was too fat. So there's a pro for a huge base size. He had to deploy me on my side of the board. He just threw me in a corner, and I was like, all right, I'll just walk over this house and get right back to where I need to be. It's maybe the only pro of having an 80 mil base, so you can't be poorly deployed. Yeah, super niche and weird. So I'm in the middle. He's shooting me. Eventually, he's got to come. He charges in after wiping out my Captain Warband. Yeah, we're having a fight. we're killing stuff. Shelob's kind of off doing her own thing. She tagged 2 Riders of Rohan that were like 3 inches apart, and I just got both of them and was able to kill them, which is kind of cool. Their base is so big. I was just I got Shagrat and 1 Uruk-hai, or maybe it was just Shagrat, and the other one got pulled off into Gambling, who's doesn't have strike. And I was like, okay, great, I'll kill his banner here. And I roll 1, 2, 3 to win the fight, and I can't. It's not enough to might it to 6. And he does 1 wound to Shagrat, and I had to fate the other one. It was brutal. That was bad. I thought I was going to be in a really good spot there. That was bad. Aemir is a beast. Aemir does Aemir things and kills everything. I got into a fight with Aemir and a couple Mordor Uruk-hai. And I think some orcs, but I don't remember. And we both struck and ended up winning that fight. And Aemir only took 1 wound. He wasn't trapped, unfortunately, because he had priority, and we did some other fights first to get him out of there, or to get him untrapped, rather. So that was pretty bad. And I don't remember if I had animosity or not. If I did, it would have been more wounds, but I didn't remember, and I don't even know if I had orcs in that combat. On the last turn, Shelob books it into within 3 or 6, whatever the objective, and that gets me the main objective by 1 model. I end up taking that game 5-4. Very, very close. Another close game. Yeah, by 1 point.
You just nail biters.
Dude, that was actually one of the most intense games I think I've played in a long time. It's probably the most fun game of the day too. It was just so close and pretty back and forth. Even though I was kind of playing down and getting shot at, I got to be in the middle at the end of the game, and he had to. He couldn't shoot me anymore. He had to come in.
Yeah.
And I just had enough bodies and then Shelob walking in with Dom 4.
Always helps.
Is really helpful. And thankfully, like, he had Aemir within the 6, but Shagrat was still alive on 1 wound at that point. So the Dom 3s just like didn't cancel it, but we both had a Dom 3 general in.
Yep.
So yeah, that was another close one.
I guess my question for you is, he brought the Kingdom of Rohan, obviously, because he's running Aemir and Theodred. Do you think it would have been worth it to switch to Riders of Theoden, switching Theodred for Theoden? Because you get the death bonus, like the army bonus to death. You get +1 strength on the charge for both of them, but then you also get dominant 2 within 3 inches of Aemir and Theoden and Riders of Theoden. You miss out on the 5+ Horse Lord roll. Do you think, list-wise, if you had brought that, it could have performed better? Or do you think Kingdom of Rohan was kind of, having Theodred and Aemir is worth more?
I think he would have won that game if he was playing Kingdom of Rohan with a Dom 2. But I don't know about the rest of his games, how it worked out. I think, because you can't take Theodred, right? But you can still take Aemir.
Riders. Yeah, it'd basically be like a straight swap for Theoden for Theodred, and you could still have the same model count. I think Theodred might be a little more expensive than
He's more expensive.
So you might fit,
might get a couple more riders.
Another warrior or something maybe, but no, I was just curious because I don't see Kingdom of Rohan played a lot, and then I was wondering if Theodred was that good that it's worth taking, or if maybe Riders of Theoden could have been a better choice, or just a different choice, really.
In this scenario, it would have been better because he would have got Dom 2 and he would have won the game.
And a turn of free heroic combats and stuff.
And a turn of free heroic combats, which he would have really needed. Theodred was the one that I remember now spent the 2 might, so he only had 1 might, and I think he called a combat 1 time.
So he got handicapped for this game, yeah.
So Theodred didn't end up doing a lot. He just got, charge an orc into him, call it a day. You don't have any might left.
I'd be curious to hear how his other games went, if Theodred is kind of worth it, because he's having 2 beat sticks is a lot of fun too, so I'm not sure.
Theodred is he gets so many bonuses. There was he told the one turn. I think he only charged 1 or 2 turns. And Ray was telling me he gets this and this, and I'm like, okay, I need to charge this guy no matter what every turn, or else he's just gonna mow down like 2 models a turn, even without combats. Yeah, I'd be curious too. I think both are good. Actually, Maddie and I have been talking a little bit about which of these lists would be not more competitive but more interesting to play, and they both seem like strong options. Like, do you bring Theoden or do you bring Theoden and get combats and stuff?
Yeah, it'd be a tough choice because, I mean, Theoden is a step down from Theodred, but anyway, 2-0 to start the day, going into round 3.
Yeah, that's right.
Round 3 was Destroy the Supplies. You end up playing against Last Alliance. I think it was Jan Gill.
Yeah, John, that was I was looking at the list the night before, and I looked at Last Alliance. I said, that is not something that I can do well against. Fight 6 troops and strength 4 everywhere, and like, oh, so rough. And he had loads of shooting as well, elf shooting. Anyway, we deploy up 12 inches and I march at him. He gets not a bunch, he got a few killing shots. He stayed on his side of the board, which maybe he could have like tried to sneak a couple guys. No, I had so many models. I like almost doubled his model count. So he sort of stayed still and just shot with his archers that he could. So at the end of the game, I'll save for the end of the game. But we ran forward, like I wasn't winning fights, fight 6 tying my heroes and outfighting everything I have, and Elendil just being Elendil and killing 2 or 3 models a turn, or 4. And then, yeah, if you want to charge as elves on a 6, you just die. So that sucked. So like, okay, I'll pull Gilgalad off Shagrat. Nope, dead. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was kind of. So I was up over the half of the board, so I was getting close to supplies. I got this little orc warband off to the side to eventually get one of the supplies. I did destroy one, just purely because I outnumbered him, and I just tied everyone up, and then I got a spearman on the supplies for 1 turn. Shelob maybe could have done it a turn earlier, but she would have got charged. And I didn't want her getting bogged down trying to burn one supply that I know that I would likely get anyway. So I sent her sort of more into the middle, and she was like in a terrain piece, which was fine because she doesn't get slowed by terrain, but she just kind of got bogged. She couldn't like get in there fast enough, which is one of the big issues with the list. It was already an issue. Now with their bigger base size, it's even more of an issue. If she's not in combat, like you're paying 100 points that isn't doing anything. She did very little for me that game until the end, but she didn't do enough, I don't think. Yeah, Elendil and Gilgalad are just so good. Like, I know that there's more competitive choices, but against my list specifically, like the best I can do is tie Gilgalad's fight on if I roll a 5/6 on my strike with just Shagrat and no one else. Yeah, so I got 1 supply. I think he must have quartered me or something. He killed my banner. At the end, I couldn't. Shelob was actually Shelob could have got to another objective, but again, her base is so fat that like she runs 10, but her base is 3 inches long. She's only moving 7, so I could have got tagged by stuff that was close, a little bit closer. So I didn't end up getting a second supply. I did end up near it, so I got a point there. But he eventually ran some archers over. The game didn't end. I was 1 off being quartered, so the game didn't end. And then that extra turn allowed him to walk models within 3 inches of a treasure. So he got 1 point there. But it didn't matter because I took an L there, 11-6. I forget. I got 3 points for taking an objective, and then 1 point for being near an objective. I think I got a wound on a Lendil. I hurled a model at him. I don't remember where the other point came from, but yeah. So that was a loss. It was a close loss. So 6 points on a loss. Like the margin of victory there is super close.
Yeah.
Only 5 points. So I was happy with that. And we had a great game. John was a great opponent. He killed a lot of orcs. He got the chop through a lot of orcs. And even though I was losing, I was like, this is crazy to see a Lendil just go off and Gilgalad go off.
How was Gilgalad?
Good. I mean, he had no competition, right?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. I struck one time and I didn't get up to 9. So, and then Shagrat. Shagrat actually lived 2 rounds of combat though. I was trapped in just 1 round. He just couldn't roll enough wounds and I faded them and he lived. But second round, he was dead.
Toast,
and you can't pull people off because well, you can, but on a 6, you die. And that happened a few times. Well, I'll pull this elf off, I'll take the risk and then I die. There was actually a time I had an orc that was running in to his group of archers that were going to end near the treasure. And he ran in, he had to tag 2 of them, and he rolled double 6s and he got double sliced for good measure. It's brutal. Not that it ended up mattering, but.
One note is the Whirl of Steel. It's whenever a friendly Rivendell infantry model that's not engaged in combat is charged. So you should be able to peel stuff off if it's already been in combat.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
I thought you were saying that you couldn't peel Gilgalad off earlier.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe we misplayed that a little bit. Whatever.
But just for future reference, it's only if they're not already engaged. But
it might have been I won priority and I was doing it, and that was like the only free model, something like that.
Yeah.
And he killed the only one that could, and he charged into Shagrat. Yeah. So that was game 3. So I'm 2-1.
2-1.
I don't have a lot of points, but all my games are close, so I'm happy. And I wanted to go 2-2, so I was already happy with the day. The last game I rolled up against John Park, and he was playing Birder's Horde in Domination. So this one, I was kind of worried because I had more models, but Birder's Horde can just show up wherever it wants. Pretty much. I had enough bodies to like wrap around some houses and stuff so he couldn't pop up there. And I just knew...
We should say this is a Birder's Horde list that's like, I think it was 41 models. Birder and a Hill Troll and a full Warband are popping out of somewhere, right? And then he had an Orc Captain with a Hill Troll on the board to start, and he also had the Warg Chieftain with, I think, 11 Warg Riders or 11 Wild Wargs and a Warg Rider.
Yeah, I think it was 2 Warg Riders, but it doesn't matter, something like that.
It's a lot of speed on the board to start.
Yeah, which I was also worried about, because he could have just run around my lines. I put Shelob on one flank, that is his wargs were on, so I could catch some if they did. But I deployed right on the 24-inch mark. I knew I had to get the damage done before Birder shows up, and I had the means to do it. My full army obviously is going to destroy a bunch of orcs and wargs. He was deciding between like running away or charging me. Well, not charging, but moving closer to me. And he moved closer to me. And I think he got a couple charges off. But I just remember Shelob being in combat turn 1, and I was like, this is extremely good for me. Because she's already in combat against the whole of his army on the board. I sent like one or a couple orcs back to take objectives, but the rest of my army just was able to just wrap around his. Shelob was doing Shelob things. She got into the Wild Warg Chieftain and did a paralyze brutal power attack because I couldn't fully kill it. Unfortunately, he rolled a 6 immediately at the end of the phase, so he was unparalyzed. Shagrat and some boys charged Hill Troll. I struck up and I just took out the Hill Troll just with Shagrat's dice alone. Maybe not. Maybe a couple of two-handers. Two-handers made it through probably, but the hill troll's gone. The rest was just orcs. Like Mortar Urk are gonna win against orcs. I got fight 4 spread around. I at the end of turn 2, I think he had like 7 models left. It was kind of close to being tabled before Britter showed up.
End of turn 3.
They show up beginning of turn, end of
Or
the
sorry,
move phase.
sorry. I see what you're saying. Yeah. After the first 2 turns,
Yeah. I didn't play it as well as I could have because I should have started spreading out a little bit. He came on the far side of the board where I didn't have much at all. I had some guys standing around a house so that he couldn't pop out of the house. So I had to run a lot of stuff back. I probably could have marched. I probably could have done things better, but I was pretty much ready. Like I couldn't lose from that position, so I didn't really care. Like it was physically not possible for me to lose. There just wasn't enough time left. So I was walking stuff back. Shelob was running over. She's pretty quick at 10 inches. He popped out with Birder and a hill troll and a bunch of orcs, a couple of orc riders. I will say the first round of shooting, my orc trackers killed 2 wargs right off the bat.
Nice.
It was really, really nice. Really, I mean, it probably didn't matter, but it was just like right before even combat started, he just was losing models.
For a guy who also totes orc trackers, that must have felt good for you.
Dude, orc trackers are awesome. They're so good. Mountain Dweller did not come into play, nor their intelligence bonus. But anyway, so he pops out. Shelob actually got herself in a weird position because I didn't win priority. So I ate an orc and I heroic moved her, and she just walked on top of a house to be safe. It's like, I'm up here. You can come climb if you want, but you probably don't have movement to end in base contact with me. And then the next turn, she was able to just run down the house and charge and start doing stuff. We were pretty much fighting over one objective in the bottom left. And like he had Birder there and a hill troll and a bunch of orcs. And I was killing a decent amount of orcs, but I just didn't have the bodies over there. So he was doing pretty good. I think in the last turn, I got Shelob into combat against the hill troll. What I should have done was thrown the hill troll away out of range of the objective, but I didn't. I threw the hill troll into Birder, who proceeded to take a wound, fail his fate. And the hill troll lived, so he got points for that, like for models. And he ended up, that was his 1 VP he got. He had more models within range of that objective. Even with Shelob's Dom 4, he had more stuff. I couldn't kill enough with what I had there. I had like 8 orcs to his warband, so it was a struggle. And that was a victory 16-1 for me.
Nice.
So 3-1
on the day.
Yeah. And I will say that game, there was, hold on, you can ask it one sec.
Okay.
There's this big tower on one side of the board, and if I was playing at Articon or something, I would have put an objective marker up there and just ran Shelob up, because it was like, it would have taken like 5 turns to climb, and then I just climbed up in 2 turns with Shelob, being like, oh, this is mine now. But I didn't do that. We just played, we just put them in a rectangle, basically. We just played fair. So Zach, what was your question?
How do you think the game would have turned out differently if he didn't ambush Birder and started him on the board? Because I feel every game you play against a Birder's horde, you could ask the question, how would it be different if he ambushed or not ambushed?
It would have been, he probably shouldn't have ambushed. Well, with domination, you want to ambush, right?
I think he wants to ambush, but
This is how badly things ended up.
I just think you can't engage. So the cool thing with Birder's Horde, actually shout out to Corey Page. He posted on YouTube asking for Birder's Horde advice, and now he's going to get it. But the cool thing with Birder's Horde is you're so fast. You have a captain with March. You have a full warband of 10-inch moving wargs. Like, it's crazy. So in my mind, at least when I play it, what I try to do is I try to ambush Birder's Horde somewhere, and also time it where all of that stuff on the field is fast enough to get to that point too. So you have your whole army show up in one spot against half of somebody else's army. It sounds like he kind of end of the day just went for it, which is fine, but it's tough without Birder on the field to feel like it's an even battle, right? Because that's probably like what,
A lot of
a third,
points.
probably more than a third of his
More.
points off the field, right? Like
Yeah.
that's hefty. But dropping that Birder and a hill troll in somewhere feels so good that it'd be cool to. I think ambush was the right play for that scenario, but it's a tough one.
I think I
Yeah.
look at it like domination ambush makes sense just with the way things ended up and how he got overrun by the rest of Andrew's army. Would you have think if he hadn't ambushed, would it have changed anything?
Yeah, it would have been way tougher fight. It would have been way tougher, but I did have more models, so my line would have been longer. And as long as she loves not fighting Birder, like she wants to fight hill trolls and everything else, like I can put her huge base in and clog up a space. That's the other thing with the huge base. You can just drop her somewhere, and it's like whatever 3 inches across plus an inch for zone of control. It's actually a huge block. It's like a piece of terrain. Her base size now. So like I just dropped her on one end of the line, and like he would have to run like so far back around to get around her. But he could have deployed differently. He could have done stuff differently. He probably should have moved back and just played kind of cagey. The problem is that it would have given me total map control, right? Because I just would have been able to take all the objectives.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
I
you
mean, if
don't
he
really
starts
want
on
to
the
do either.
field, he also has, 3 potential monsters hurling in round 1 of combat, right? So that's a bigger threat for your Shagrat and Gorbag and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Although like having a fight 6 here with strike, it's like you can't let that model charge a hill troll because it's just gonna die. Especially at strength
Yeah.
5 and 2-hander Urukai. Like
D6 it's not enough. Not enough to be able to go in and duel a hero for multiple rounds.
no. And even like some guys failed their terror check, but like I have so many it didn't matter. Guys got in. But yeah, if he was on the field it would have been differently. I would have had to be much more careful. Like I don't have anything that can fight Birder. Well, I mean Shagrat can, but I don't really want to put Shagrat into Birder.
Yeah.
No, it's not that's
You
not
want
an
him
even
doing other
fight.
stuff.
I want him killing all the troops, and I don't want Shelob fighting because he can strike and outstrike Shelob, and I'm only I can only get to 2 attacks if I charge there, plus a reroll if I eat an orc.
Yeah.
I'm not getting the 3rd attack. I will say that was my only evil game. I played good, or I played men, and that was the rest of the day, which was nice. I got my extra attack for 3 of my 4 games. In the last game, I won anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. Shelob, she can benefit from the banner as well, right?
I don't think so.
Why
If she
not?
can, I didn't play it that way. She actually, to be honest, she was never in range of the banner.
Oh, yeah.
She's never.
That's another way you could get extra dice with her.
She probably can benefit from the banner. She was never in range.
Yeah,
Though. She's always doing something else outside of my line, right?
That's fair.
She's always on the flanks doing stuff, throwing guys. She's never in the battle line because she can move so far that you don't want her clogged.
No, that's true.
And plus, she's like this big. You don't want that like one model in your battle line being that big. Go in.
Before the tournament, I tried to get you to play a shaman, or a taskmaster. I wanted you to play the shaman, but you took the taskmaster. How did it feel having that instead of a second orc captain?
Better than the second orc captain. The shaman, I think still would be a viable option, but in my games, it wouldn't have made a difference at any point. The taskmaster was always better. The first game, he got me 3 might back. Second game, he got me 3 might back. Third game, I think he got me 1. The fourth game, Elendil killed him. So, or the third game, I don't remember. Anyway, he did really good the first 2 games, especially the first game. It gave me so many free marches and moves that I was able to like spend the 3 might on Hera, like 2 strikes in a combat. and everyone's like still healthy after because I didn't have to spend any might with my big heroes for moves or anything. So I think I'll be playing the Taskmaster again. I also think it's kind of themey to bring him with
Yep.
Tyr Thungal. Feels like something they'd have.
It's a cool model too.
Yeah, I painted him up in like just the day before, and I was happy with it.
Yeah. Cool.
Not too much time to do painting, man.
No, I'm just painting a lot.
You nerd.
I'm not doing anything else.
We should shout out the top 3 for the tournament. I think Ben Gallagher won it.
Yes.
He's sitting atop of our league. He's running away with it at this point, I think.
Yeah, he's had some really good
4-0,
showings.
4-0 with Birder's Horde at 700 points. I think that's quite good. That's a good showing.
Yep.
And then I think his list was super similar to John Park's as well. I think he had the 2 Hill Trolls and Birder and a Work Chieftain, just kind of very similar 40 model list, which was cool. We had Scott coming second with Army of the White Hand, and then third was actually Jan Gill with the Last Alliance. That's someone that you played.
John.
You played in. Pardon?
John.
John? Oh, I'm saying it wrong.
John Gill. Yeah, I lost to him. I lost to John.
Yeah, but otherwise, he went 3-1 on that day with Gilgalad and Melendia, which is cool.
Yeah, and I ended up in 5th place.
Yeah, 3-1.
It was the worst 3-1, but I did get it. I got 5th, which was way better than I thought I was going to do. I was ready to go bottom half. Just on Saturday, but
5th out of 18, I think there was. 18
19.
played?
19.
I think James Marthes took himself out of the tournament, right?
18.
So there was only 18?
There was 19. 18, yeah. Oh, yeah, there was, yeah.
There was a drop, so then James evened it out.
Yeah, thank you to James for being a good TO and dropping.
Yeah, good guy.
Great guy.
That's it for the tournament, though, unless you had anything else to say about it, Andrew?
No, like I said in the beginning, it was a great day. Got to have some beers during the day, which was always fun. Everyone was great. Everyone, yeah, it was just awesome. The day was awesome. Let's play it some more Legions.
Yeah, let's bring back the Legion,
Cool.
man.
It's interesting how many of our tournaments have been, like, it feels like every tournament now is like game stores.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I guess it's a lot easier to run and get prize support for it and stuff without having to rent the space, but still it's
and we got some pretty good stores
nothing wrong with
to
it.
go to. Like in our communities and stuff that have
There are good
hosted
stores
these
to go
events
to.
for us. We've got some really good ones, which are obviously helpful.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's it for the tournament. Andrew, you said you would have a question for us.
I do. I would like to ask you guys a question. Are you ready for it?
No.
Yeah, this is your show, man.
Oh, it's our show.
It's all about Andrew today.
Apparently. This was a question that I was thinking about, and we're gonna sort of tie it into to encouraging people to run events and travel to events, to have more events in our league. What are some of your favorite memories from events that you have traveled to? Game related or not, let's just have some nostalgia and make people jealous about some fun events we've been to and encourage them to go or host some events.
I'll the low hanging fruit here. I'll start it off with any event that I stay overnight is automatically one of the best events I've been to.
Yeah,
because it's like staying overnight with other people in the tournament and stuff, right? But you don't have to rush out of there, drive home. You get to stay, have dinner, or come down the night before, hang out. Like it's just that makes the whole weekend way more fun. Way more fun.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun events we've been to where we've all gotten to hang out the night before and have food and a couple drinks and just chill and all go show up together. It's good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you looking for specific tournaments that we want to
Sure.
talk about?
Whatever you'd like to,
Okay.
whatever you think.
Oh,
Zach, you got
great
one?
question.
Zach's
You know,
locked in here.
I gotta say, I've been to, I think, 2 or 3 tournaments up in Ottawa, all pre-COVID, and it was really nice for me personally because they were the one was a 2-day tournament, the other were just single days, but it was nice for me going up there because I got to spend, I got to go like I would go up to Friday night. I spent it with my sister who lives up there. Then I got to go play some games hang out with the guys, and then I found this really nice hotel. I don't know if I'd say really nice, but it was a pretty good hotel. And I got like right downtown Ottawa, had like a nice pool bar underneath it. So I'd stay there and then at the evening I'd just go hang out at the bar and then crash and then next morning wake up and go home. But it was nice just going to like a different location uh to just play some games. And one of these tournaments, I think this one was in Gatineau. I'm sure I pronounced that horribly wrong, but
Yeah, it was wrong, but okay.
I just remember this one. It's so bad because my first game of the day I played Ronan and got absolutely slapped. Like it was not
Yes, you
good.
do.
So I'm like bottom table, and I ended up playing. I believe it was Sam's brother, who doesn't play a lot, and I did very well.
Took your
I
anger out on him.
yeah, but I scored so well. I now swung the other direction. In game 3, I ended up playing against Derek, and I got slapped.
Oof.
So I got slapped by both Satniks. And then because I got beat so bad, I now went right back to the bottom again. And I ended up playing against Sam's brother. And I did very well again. I was like, what is happening? It was the strangest tournament. I don't think there's many people there, but it was like, oh my God. I do well. I face the Satniks. I don't do well. That's pretty much how the event went, and that one I always think about.
The big takeaway that I took from that story is, were you saying you go to a bar in the hotel and drink alone and then go pass out?
Hey,
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm gonna put this out here. There's nothing wrong with going to a bar and have a drink by yourself. There's actually something quite nice about it. You gotta be comfortable with yourself. You don't have to go with people all the time. You can just go and enjoy a
No, good
drink
for
by
you, man.
yourself.
Good for you, man.
But
You're an
Andrew would be on
alcoholic.
my side with this one.
Yeah, you. I can't say I've ever went into a bar and drank by myself. No,
No?
unless I
Oh,
was
you're
having
missing
dinner.
out.
Like I wouldn't just go to drink. Like I'd like if I'm ordering food, like I'll have a drink with my food.
I recommend. You can meet
He's
people.
just
You find out some random stories.
I'm too introverted for that, man.
Zach's just in it for the love of the game.
In it for the hustle. No, it's just good. And I mean, I go to the War Museum when I go up to Ottawa, which is always fun.
Dude, the Ottawa War Museum is so good. Canadian War
Yeah,
Museum in
look at him,
Ottawa.
buddy.
Dude, we had like a nice double date. And we were both single. Well, actually, I wasn't single, but my girlfriend didn't come at the time. And we were just like chilling, like reading everything.
Yeah.
As everyone else there was with their partners, and we were just
We were trying to
hanging
hustle
out.
through too. They were like, we don't got time for this. It's like, yeah, we got
Yeah.
all the time.
Dude, they had miniatures there too. They had like a whole display board.
Yeah. Well, that's when we went up
Like
for
an
the
Iroquois village.
we got the
That was the
box
concert.
for the
Yeah,
concert.
that wasn't for an
yeah.
That was
event.
the Lord of the Rings concert.
It may as well
was
have
like
been.
orchestra.
It was an event with people from the MESBG community.
Just we weren't going to a tournament.
Yeah. No, we just went up there. I got us hooked up with a sweet box for the concert. No, it was awesome. I'd like to do that again, but
we're derailed now because we're not even talking about tournaments, but we're just talking about traveling with your friends.
We're off the rails. But that's what it's all about.
I'll toss it back. A good, a more recent tournament. The first one we did to get back into the hobby altogether. We did Barrie
Yeah.
What is it?
Mm, it's
I think a year
November.
and a half ago, something like that. Yeah, maybe less than a year and a half ago. But it
Yeah,
was
that
like
was a
we all hadn't been for a while,
long
and then I
time.
had a couple neighbors that I got into the game, and then it was like I got to get them to a tournament to get them extra hooked. Um, and so yeah, we got an Airbnb just outside of Barrie. Went over there. I think it was only like a 11-man tournament. It was
Small.
like pretty small, but we went down the Friday night, stayed the Saturday night too. Um, it's pretty cool. It was just awesome to actually have time to hang out and chat instead of like
Yeah.
everybody landing in Saturday morning, playing your games, rushing through the day, and then having to dip, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good fun. There's one we haven't talked about. Actually, I'll talk about one. One of the first tournaments I went to when I was getting to the game 10 years ago now. Before probably most of you were even part of the league. I think you
okay.
guys were, but a long time ago. I
Yeah.
went to Barry's Bay up in our admin Ben Boomer's neck of the woods, and we rented out this like I say it's a cottage. It's not a cottage. It's a cottage for down here, but it's a house up there. We rented a house with a bunch of people, and um, I think I drank too much to even be capable of playing a MESBG game. I was just watching and commentating. Um, and that was a lot of fun. It's like we drove up, stayed the night, played the event, stayed the next night, then drove back down. That was like one of my first, probably my second or third tournament ever in the OSBGL or ever of anything. And yeah, I think I was hooked from that. I was like, that was so much fun. I did terribly. Hilariously, I actually brought the Balrog, but this is back 2
When
editions
he was
ago
bad.
when it was awful. And the Balrog got paralyzed I played this board. It was just like a bunch of tunnels, and the Balrog got paralyzed in a tunnel. And this is when you had to knock your model over when it got paralyzed or knocked down. And I couldn't get any goblins past him. And that was the whole game. The Balrog being paralyzed, stuck. It was awful. Never make a tunnel board.
Tunnel board
Yeah,
sounds
fair
no
enough.
good.
Yeah, dude, we need to get back to people traveling and getting hotels and stuff, man. Those are the best tournaments.
Yeah,
You know
it
what's
doesn't matter how you
another
do.
another good one was the ones that Hot Lead ran by the OHA.
Those are
Yeah,
always fun.
because
They
everybody was
had
in the
one
same. Like everybody was in the Best Western. Everyone was right there, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
I remember the one year they
hanging
did
out all
it
night.
was good versus evil. So you had a team and you just played your games, which was a really fun. I mean, Will's done it, which we all agreed was a really fun time. It's
Good
just
versus
it's a
evil is
nice
fun.
yeah, because I mean the game at its core is supposed to be good versus evil. Not good versus good, not evil versus evil. In its design concepts, it's good versus evil. So when you know that you're going in and having an actual chance of your army bonus being in effect, let alone this is even pre-army bonuses and stuff. Um, no, it was a great fun tournament. You know, you're there. It's more casual because of the team aspect, and it was great. That's also where we met our good pal David Clubley when he first came to Canada.
Yeah.
And I think
I
the
believe the
Sunday they
next
did
year we
a
met Dan and Whistle there.
yeah, that was like some of I think the first big Canadian events where we had international people showing up.
Yeah, yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, I miss Jason and George and all the OHA guys. That was a fun tournament.
Yeah,
Those are fun. Yeah, it's nice to travel somewhere, yeah, and then everyone stays together, like in the same place.
yeah.
Can hang out.
I also
Another
got to
place
say
we did that.
it was a
Yeah,
lot
go on.
easier to do that in our early 20s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Free,
I'm not doing, but
free, free everything going on, right? We're out here like coding all these things. Oh, yeah, you know what? We got to have more of this. How many of these events could we actually commit to today?
hey, you guys should be doing it all the time.
No. I
You guys
had a
got time.
job where I could do that. Today, I don't have a job where I can do that.
Ah,
We got a tournament like every week in March coming up, and I can't guarantee I'm going to any of them. It sucks.
Dude, I was hoping to run another tournament before the baby comes, but like you look at our schedule right now and there's just
Packed.
like no opening. There's like
What?
and I doubt I'd get people coming all the way up to Lindsay when they can wait one more week and go to like Hamilton or something, you know what I mean? Like I was hoping to do my good versus evil tournament before May, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, the schedule's packed.
Yeah, so
Which is
that's
good.
awesome too.
It's good.
Yeah.
One
But
term we haven't talked about is the obvious one that we haven't mentioned yet.
well, I thought we were talking about OSBGL events.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
But go on.
We went to Articon. One of us went there twice.
Oh, what to do? Yeah, coolest. Dude, one of the
Yeah.
highlights of my life, man.
Yeah.
That trip was so cool. Going over there with Zach, and then we ended up running into you, which was fine, and just getting to do a bunch of stuff. Like Warhammer World was insane.
Warhammer
I still
World is
like
so cool.
dream about going back there someday. Yeah, and then like the Articon tournament, like Thursday through Sunday, I think it was that we showed up, and man, it was. It's another one. I wish Zach and I stayed in the hotel because we were too cheap and we went and stayed at a hostel like
I should have stayed.
6 blocks away.
I
But
don't even complain about the sketchy hostel. I think it was more the fact when we left Sunday night, everyone's having dinner, and we're
Oh,
like, "Oh,
dude.
we gotta go,"
You
and
guys are
they're like,
We're
"Where are
boneheads,
you
man.
going?"
morons.
And it's like, well, for some reason, we decided to take an overnight bus from Manchester to London to catch a morning flight home instead of just flying out in the morning out of Manchester, like everybody else.
This is what I work with.
Dude, we're not international travelers. I'll
Bro,
tell you that much.
lock it in, Will.
That's what I'm talking
Boom.
about. Yeah, we
Stories.
were foolish enough to be like, oh, we're flying into London. We have to fly out of London.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the,
That makes
you know what?
sense.
We won't make the mistake in 2 years. How's that?
There we go. In 2 years, you won't make that mistake. No.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
dude.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. The first year
That's
with you
a
guys was a
gimme.
lot of fun. There's also some wild stuff. Dude, go to events with your friends. Okay, stuff happens. Maybe someone dies. Maybe someone loses a leg.
Maybe someone sings
All
karaoke.
these things are possible. Maybe someone Maybe someone scores the game-winning goal as the goalie for Team Canada.
And it's
someone who doesn't even skate.
Captain.
All right, we don't have time to get into all this.
I will say the second year I went back. The first year was a disaster for me competitively. It was awful.
Dude, let's talk about the first year.
No, let's not. I got last or second last on the team. Second
Top
last.
placed Canadian. Rock on.
My score counted.
Your
My
score
score counted.
counted as the bottom. Yeah, the last one.
My score helped us get third.
Runner up for Evil Hobbit Army. Second place for the best Evil Hobbit Army era.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my only like bragging point for that trip.
I have no bragging rights for that first trip, but the second trip I ended up overall 35th out of 235, which I was quite happy
28th.
about. No, but you're a better player than me, so I'm pretty happy with 35th actually.
No, it's really cool. It just played in that banquet hall. Like I think they're back at the Mercure. They sold out this year, man. 246 people.
That's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah,
246. Jeez.
Good job,
Hats off
James
to
and the team.
Yeah,
like
dude.
that's awesome.
And it's gonna be super cool. They have like an event exclusive miniature this year. They got Sylvester McCoy, the guy who plays Radagast,
That's
is gonna be there to sign stuff. He's handing out all the trophies.
That's so cool.
That's kind of cool, man.
That is really cool.
But yeah, they have like 100 people signed up for their Wednesday. I forget what it is. The last minute play-in tournament for the Masters event. I think it is like 100 people on a Wednesday.
That's crazy.
Man.
Dude, so to wrap it all up, we got to do that here, okay, everyone?
Yeah.
We got to have 100 people on a Wednesday one day.
Yeah,
or 100 people at all at an event.
Let's try to hit 40 again. I would love to see another 40-person tournament, man.
Dude, that was a
let's
lot
not
of fun.
reach.
You put on a really good
Let's not
event.
reach too far ahead, guys. Let's keep it like reasonable.
Well, I think the
40
GT this
happened.
year, I think for the
Oh,
GT, we could reach 50.
I want 40
Well,
before the GT.
Well, I think we could do that
Yeah.
too.
If we can hit 40 before the
speaking
GT,
of-
definitely push for 50.
Speaking of, well, this event's a 90, so it probably won't get 40, but just to quickly talk about some events coming up, maybe?
Oh, we don't have to talk about all of them. There's so many.
No,
now.
just the 2 in March.
Oh, but we gotta give a
We
shout
gotta
out.
promote people going to events, okay? That was the
There's
whole point
3
of
in
this.
March.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
there's 4 in March, technically.
Okay, well, you can take 2 and I'll take 2. The first one,
No,
March
we don't need
7th.
to talk about all.
I don't
March
get one.
7th at Torchlight. Can I talk about my events, please, or the events that I want to talk about, please? Thank you.
Oh, it's just about your events. Is that what it's about?
This is Andrew's episode. We're just living
This is
in
my
it, eh?
episode. I'm taking over right now. I'm talking about the event on March 7th at Torchlight. Mike Schulk's running it. Thank you, Mike. It's a 90, only kill the opponent scenarios, no models with a base larger than 50 mil. I expect Sauron to reign supreme there. After that, what's after that?
Oh, that is Critical Hit. John Young is going to be running his first tournament at Critical Hit Gaming Lounge in Curtis. I think I'm planning to go to this one. So if you ever wanted to be near me and smell my breath, you can come out there.
Nah.
650 points, OSBGL 90. And then I think at the end of the month we have Jeremy and Ben running one out in Brantford.
And I'm technically co-hosting.
No, you're not, dude.
I'm technically co-hosting. I locked us down a sweet venue in Brantford because I found out there basically half our community lives in Brantford. There's like 7 people out there. And I got us hooked up with a banquet hall. We can host a massive tournament there. It is 90 points, so probably won't get too many people. But Ben and Jeremy, Ancient Enemies podcast, are running their first tournament. Today is a good day. There was custom banners you can take, and there's I think one of the hobby voting is best custom banner, like miniature that you convert, which is really cool. So please do come to that. I have decent access to that venue, so if we do really well, I'd like to run more events there. So consider coming to that. It's a non-GTA event out in Brantford. Come and play some custom banners in a banquet hall. So there'll be lots of room, is what I'm saying, and chairs.
Yeah, if it wasn't so far, man, I was thinking about going to it, but
Well, you live in the middle of nowhere, so both of you.
So there is a Lord of the Rings tournament happening at Hotlet?
no, it's
not a tournament.
it's a narrative, like a demo table. He just there's an event page for it because it's kind of part of it. It's just promotion. It's not an OSBGL event.
Okay, I saw that and I was like, didn't know about that.
Actually, you guys both missed a pretty big tournament to mention that you guys went to together, that you both traveled to.
We did?
Yeah, just any of my events. Thanks for the shout out, guys.
Oh yeah, sometimes we go to Lindsay to Will's events. I said your event was great. To be fair,
No, I'm just fishing for compliments. It's fine.
Will lets me stay at his house, and
yeah,
it's
someone's
cool.
excited to go be woken up by children at 5 a.m. instead of hanging out with his friend. That's fine. It's cool. I'm not hurt about it or anything.
I sleep to the kids now, and he lives way closer. So
yeah, it's way.
I will say
way closer. Oh my god.
Yeah, he does. I will say that if you ever travel to Lindsay, the whole town is 40 kilometers an hour. So don't rage bait yourself into getting pulled over by a cop for passing someone over solid yellow.
And convinced that they are not driving fast enough.
Dude, that was bad.
Yeah. Oh my god, you're so dumb.
Any other tournaments we want to shout out? I'm trying to think.
What's further ahead than March?
No. We got to stop talking about future tournaments. Any other tournaments that you've been to that you want to shout out?
Oh, the team tournament that Derek ran.
Yeah.
last year down in Kitchener, Council of the Wise. You fought your team versus other teams. Yeah, the
Dude, we
whole
should try
trying to
to.
match up against
Yeah,
other, like you choose your army to go against their army. I don't know. That was a lot of fun. It was a good time. It's nice to fight alongside your friends against other friends or new friends. Because I don't
we
think
should
we
pick.
knew anyone there. They were all new people.
No. Yeah,
Well,
I think we
Jeremy and
recognized a
Ben were there,
couple,
but we
but
didn't really know them at the time.
Well,
yeah,
that's what I mean. Like
they weren't
we
cool yet.
met them.
Yeah, they weren't cool yet.
Now they're cool.
They didn't have their own podcast. They weren't cool yet, man.
Not that they're cool now, but we know them now.
No, I was just thinking. Okay, wild idea off the top of my head. We should try to plan like for like a big tournament, like the 100-pointer in May or something. We should do an Airbnb or something, and then see if any of our other gaming friends want to hop in.
Is this just an open invitation to everyone to come?
Not an open invitation. I'm just thinking out loud. Should I cut this out?
Keep it semi-open. We'll
No,
get a
but
bunch
talking about
of.
it's like, oh man, we should do it again. We haven't done it for a while, man.
Dude,
We
I've been
haven't got
jonesing for.
Airbnb and traveled down somewhere. I think. Well, last time
What
probably would have been
events
last
happening in
June when we
May?
did the teams tournament. Andrew's got one
My
May
100 point
2nd.
event. I got a tournament at Torchlight.
When is
I
it?
had to do an event pack for that.
May 2nd.
May 2nd. Why not May 23rd?
Because that was the date that Torchlight gave us.
And I can't do May 23rd.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, we should plan something. Now that we're talking about like how we used to do this, we should be doing it.
Yeah, we got to lead the way. We got to set examples for people.
Yeah, I think we're spinning in circles now. So you guys want to wrap this up?
In conclusion, come to events, travel to events, and also host events.
Be
Host an
willing to
event.
travel.
I know these two. We like going to these little or big towns in Canada and spend some time there and taking in the local culture. This weekend in Almer, going to the Legion and then going to the only
Elmer.
bar in town was like so awesome. Elmer, dude, same thing.
Elmer.
It was awesome. It was super fun. We all went out for dinner. There was like 10 of us that went out for dinner. We got like chicken wings and stuff. It was great.
Dude, that's another one we need to make more a regular thing. Always play it for dinner
Dinners.
after.
That's
Yeah,
true because
get home at midnight. Just always play it for the dinner after.
You just
Yeah.
played games for 8 hours. You're coming out to dinner and having a beer as well. No excuses.
tell your loved ones you're not done yet. You're still playing games. It's fine. It's a long
Yeah.
event.
Make sure you tell them. Though.
Last round ends at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And then I might have to grab a bite to eat because I'll be hungry.
I think that's yeah.
That was a wild portion.
I think
to
that's
this.
it. We got. What are you talking about?
A lot of dead air. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
what are you on about?
I don't know at this point. I think everyone at home
Do you know
should
what
just
dead air is?
paint their models.
No, we're not done yet. I still have to shout out all our stuff, man.
What? Oh my god. You're killing me.
All right, we got a live stream coming up this Sunday. Come hang out, paint some models with us,
And every
check out
future
YouTube.
second Sunday-ish of the month.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do second Sunday of every month. All of our Patreon. I think we're up to like, boys, we're up to what, eight patrons.
Think so. Seriously, thank you guys. You don't
We
have
got
to
a
do that,
couple.
but we do appreciate it.
You guys are crazy.
I don't know. Should we shout them out? No, I'm not gonna do names. But any of our patrons, toss up what you want us to talk about. I'm gonna put up a little post about it. Even if it's just a picture of what you're hobbying on, we'd love to toss it up and chat about it. So, Instagram, Patreon, Spotify, YouTube. We already talked about it. We're fine.
Email.
I would say one quick thing. I was listening to the Ancient Enemies
Always
podcast.
one more thing. Always one more thing.
And they said, oops, that's the wrong document. They said, oh, I closed the wrong document. Whoops. Anyway, Jeremy said something about he doesn't want to spend a lot of time on saying to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I would like to spend a lot of time on it because I want to actually
We spend
grow our
too much
channel.
time on it.
No, we don't spend enough time. You gotta like, you gotta smash that share button and the subscribe button. What did the kids say these days?
I think you smash the like button.
And then what do you do to the subscribe button?
Why would
You
you
ring the
smash
bell.
it?
I think isn't it a bell for subscribe?
That's another thing. That's an extra. That's like
Isn't that-
subscribe plus.
Isn't that like a notification, a bell? So when something happens, it's like ding, 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 something's here.
Yeah, and that it sends an additional signal to the algorithm. So definitely ring the bell. But you got to be subscribed to ring the bell. So obliterate the subscribe button and then ring the bell and smash the like button. And then leave a comment, okay? Leave the question. Should we do the quiz question one more time?
Yeah, sure.
The quiz question next week for Are You Smart, Are You Zach? What was the name? I'm going from memory here. What is the name of Isildur's younger son, Isildur's brother? What happened to him and where?
You said Isildur's younger son.
Brother. Elendil's younger
Oh
son
my god!
Yeah.
and Isildur's brother. Younger
There we
brother.
go.
And this is our question master.
It's a lore master, dude. Dude, that's a good question. In the appendices, no arguments allowed.
It's also in the old rule book.
I found it.
No longer in
actually, I
this
found a
rulebook.
cool new Lord of the Rings podcast.
Yeah. Why don't you guys say something at the same time again so everyone can hear?
It's I'm gonna look it up because it's actually I've been enjoying it. It's like a deep dive into Lord of the Rings lore. It's Lord of the Rings Lorecast. It's been pretty
Okay,
cool. It's like little half-hour bites. It goes like all through the Silmarillion, Unfinished Tales, The Hobbit, and he's been doing it for like years. He puts out an episode a week, so it's pretty cool. I just found it. I just started listening to it. It's kind of fun. Paint your models.
That's how we're doing it. All right, paint your models.
Paint your models.
I should have let Zach finish it like 10 minutes ago because we said nothing of importance after that.
It's too late now. It's
Yeah.
in.